My name is Kayla. People know me as Kayla Whitney, and I am from Houston, Texas, in America. I moved here from Los Angeles, California, about a year and a half ago. The most cultural shocking thing I would say is the classism. Who you are, where you come from, your family's name is everything. As a woman, the respect that you have, from my experience, you're only respected when you're connected to a man or when you're married. So even like when I do different business meetings and stuff like that, I have to wear like a wedding ring. Obviously fake, but I wear this huge wedding ring. So that way my voice is heard a little bit more. But a lot of people that I feel like are running away from this country are people that have yet to ever experience anything outside of Nigeria. Welcome to my home. I'm dressed to go to Pilates, so I like to start my day with Pilates just to kind of like get my body moving. I like to stay, in shape. I like to, so we are going to be headed out to Pilates.
First time I saw ya, knew you were.
I love doing Pilates. I just love working out, like I said. I just love keeping my body moving. I think coming here from Los Angeles, I just kind of, I don't know. Los Angeles is a very like health-driven city, but even before that, I'm very into just keeping myself fit, especially in a place like Lagos or Nigeria. Just having like your mind and your body and your soul in shape at the top of its game, just being at its best is what is necessary. This can be a crazy place. So finding those moments or those places that really resonate with like who you are and, feed who you are inside is what's always the best thing to do. So I love going to Pilates. I feel like it's my space away. It's a moment for me to just be in my moment, I guess. A moment to be in my moment. I don't know if that makes sense.
Exhale, allow the strap to pull your legs towards your head, but your hip or your back is still down on the carriage.
That's down, is that?
Yes, allow it to pull you more. So you feel that stretch on your hamstring and your lower back. Now breathe in, push your legs up as you peel your back up to the ceiling.
Okay, so I just wrapped with Pilates. And it's not as easy as it looks. I know that people are going to watch this and think, wow, that looks so easy. It's very hard. I dare you to try. So class is wrapped. I'm going downstairs. I'm grabbing coconut water because coconut water just hydrates you. And we are headed back to the next spot. Hi, good evening. Okay, or I guess good morning, really. So my name is Kayla. People know me as Kayla Whitney, and I am from Houston, Texas, in America. I moved here from Los Angeles, California, about a year and a half ago, but my business has been here for 2 years. So I have a store in Lekki called Lava Legos, but as of recently, I've rebranded. So it's now Select Lava, and we are growing and expanding. Do I have any Nigerian connection? I don't. My family is not from Nigeria. I'm full American. So there's a long version, there's a short version. So I've been to the continent before. The first time I came to the continent, I went to South Africa. I thoroughly enjoyed South Africa, 10 out of 10 experience. The second time, I was a bit older, so I was a bit more aware of like what was going on. And in America, I have my brand, Grayscale. And with that, I've been able to do tremendous things. And it's been all over the world. I've worked with basically every single person that I could think of. I went to Ghana in 2019 for the first time, and I really enjoyed Ghana. So just in true Daddy December style, I had a flight that was for maybe like a week. I ended up staying for weeks. I don't even remember. I was there for a very long time, to the point where I ran out of clothes. So I had no clothes. I tried to go shopping. Back then, there were not many places, or if there were, it wasn't as known as it is now. So I didn't know where to go. So I thought to myself, I'm going to open up a clothing store in Ghana. And that way I have to be here. And I would like kind of force myself to find a way. I'm forcing my way into the continent. So I flew back to LA, COVID hit. So I had time to really sit down and think about my decision. Am I gonna do this? Because if I say I'm gonna do something, I kind of just do it. Like I jump out the window first, and then I know that there's gonna be a cloud that I could land on at some point. So I'll take the risk, I'll take the chance. I just go for things. And I think that's just kind of always been my nature. So, with COVID happening, I was able to really sit down and think. And that's when I realized I don't know anyone in Ghana. I have no connection to Ghana. I have no friends that are American that have been back to Ghana. But working in the industry, I have a lot of friends that that are Nigerian. I mean, that work in the music industry, that work in the entertainment industry, that work in fashion, or that don't even work in the entertainment industry at all. And they just come back and forth between Ghana and America, that they just come home. So I was able to, talk to a few different people. I prayed about it, and I decided that Nigeria makes the most sense. Navigating as a businesswoman in Nigeria, as an American with no family, no uncle, brother, auntie, nephew, niece, cousin to help me out, it's not easy at all. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not easy. Would I recommend this for everybody? No. It takes a very special type of person that's within the diaspora to be able to come here and grasp what's going on and still sustain. Sometimes, I'm like, Nigeria is such a crazy place, but then I'm like, apparently I must be a little crazy too, because in order for me to be thriving and to be able to, manage and handle the way that I am, given my circumstances, I must be a little crazy too. So I think that you have to have a little bit of crazy inside of you to be able to do this. I just hope that it inspires people to come back. I hope that it inspires people to take a chance. And even if it's not Nigeria, there's, 50 other countries? There's so many other countries. So if it's not here, then there's, if it's not Ghana, there's tons of different places, and every place is completely different, and everything has something special to offer the next person. So yeah, it's about finding what works for you. Yes, of course. So even before I came here, I was working with different people, but Tiwa has been a client of mine since I've been in LA. So I did know Tiwa Savage before I moved to Lagos. So I think that's been great. Like I always love when people ask me about her, because she's so sweet, and she's just as beautiful inside as she is outside. Like she is truly an amazing person. She's always been very supportive of me and what I've been doing, and even her team. They're extremely just knowledgeable. They work hard. I did know a few people. Since then, I've worked with Spinall. I've worked with Fave. That was fun. Ashake comes by, he shops. So it's just, people have definitely shown me a lot of love. And I think even now in the mall, I was one of the first stores in the mall, and now Zlatan has a space in the mall. And it's really been a lot of love that I've received just from coming here, because, I think that it's easy for people to come and leave when things get hard, but it's different when you come and you stay the test of time. Yeah. So, to be fair, I think even me coming out here, I don't feel like I started from zero. Obviously, I have these connections in the entertainment industry. I'm very knowledgeable about my craft and about what I do. Dare I say I'm the best at what I do? Only time will tell. But I would say I'm the best. The proof is already there. So it's not that I started from zero, right? So I came with knowledge. I came with a sort of je ne sais quoi about me that I feel like a lot of people really don't have. And I recognize that, and I know that I'm different. In the beginning, I mean, the first, I think, week, Spinall had his album release party in the store. So that really kick-started everything. Even the grand opening was amazing. Everybody showed up. It was so many people, even from America and London and all over the world that showed up. Since day one, I've had a lot of love. You know, in the beginning, I wasn't living in Nigeria. I was back and forth between LA and Nigeria. So I was, flying here, flying there. And I had to make a decision fast. So if I was gonna live in Nigeria and really give it a shot, or if I was gonna still be, in LA trying to be back and forth, the time difference between LA and Nigeria is mad. Like, I'm at 4 a.m. on the phone taking calls. It just wasn't conducive. So I had to really make a decision. What am I gonna do? And that's when I decided to just come out here and give it a shot. The most cultural shocking thing I would say is the classism. Because, in America, we deal with racism, whereas here it's about classism more so. So that was probably the biggest challenge for me to really quite understand. Mainly because, in America, when you're a creative, you could be rich, poor, this, that. If you're good, you're good. And all the creatives are going to be creating. And if you're an athlete, you could be from any background. And that's just, you're kind of, you find your tribe based on your talents, less about your family background or the money that your family has or where you come from. So the classism was definitely something that I had to really understand, especially as a creative. So classism in Nigeria, who you are, where you come from, your family's name is everything, everything. There are people here and there that date outside of the societal norms, meaning that if they come from, this really good family, then they will date maybe someone that might come from a single parent household or, things like that. And the thing in America is that a lot of Americans are from single parent households, unfortunately, just because of, I guess, how, things have just transpired in America. So, and a lot of Black people, don't necessarily come from this generations of money, because of our history of Americans and how we were brought to America or how we were stripped of what we did have when we were in America. So, if you're Black, you're Black. Here, it's, who's your family? Are you wealthy? Will my family agree with probably someone dating or marrying someone like you that looks like this, that doesn't do this? Culturally, it's just a lot of differences. So that's what classism is. It's about, if you're in one neighborhood, they might not hang out with the people from another neighborhood just because they might feel that they're in a different tax bracket, I guess. So you find that a lot. Yeah, I find a lot of people that want to leave. But a lot of people that I feel like are running away from this country are people that have yet to ever experience anything outside of Nigeria or even Lagos or even maybe their direct area. So I think it's just a lack of traveling, a lack of knowledge, a lack of experience, I would say, from people that I find from, my experience that I've found that seem to be running away. They just haven't experienced anything else but here. And so when that happens, naturally, I think you think the grass is greener on the other side. And for some people, it very well may be. But I think that what's important is that just as much as there are people that are running away from Nigeria, so many people that I know that, have had the privilege to travel the world and visit other places and go on holidays and live in different parts of the world, Nigeria is home. There is a lot about this country that, it has its pros and cons. It's like anything, there's ebb and flow. ebb and flow with anywhere you go, with America, with London, with wherever you decide to go. There's going to be ebb and there's going to be flow, the good and the bad. So I think in regards to that, what do you want your bad to be? What do you want your hard to be? It's going to be hard everywhere. So wanting to run away from a place like this, I mean, I get it. It's like I said earlier, I don't think it's really for everyone, and it takes a special mindset if you are not of this higher class, or if you're not privileged or whatever. It takes a certain someone with a certain type of like hustle and ambition and heart to transmute that into something that is a success story on their terms, whatever that looks like. Everybody isn't able, and that's just the way that life is gonna happen. But, I find that there's just so many people here that love Nigeria. And to be fair, I think every Nigerian loves Nigeria. I mean, the place is great. This is like, it's spanking everybody else's ass on the continent, to be fair, in my opinion. So listen, I think that if you want to leave, leave, go ahead. But at the end of the day, like, there's so many resources here. And despite, whatever the pros, whatever the cons might be, there are a lot of positive things that can come about in Nigeria. I think that especially in the next 5 years, 10 years, it's going to look totally different. So it's about, do you want to be a part of the change, that you are ready to see? Or, you can go somewhere else, but yeah, it's like anywhere. I do find that when I first came, I think as an American, we're very bubbly. We're very open. We like to talk. We like to chat. We like to smile. We like to laugh. But there was this TikTok actually that I saw recently, and this guy said, to be a Lagos baddie, you cannot smile in any pictures. And I'm like, it's so real. Like, it's so real. You kind of have to learn to have this poker face a little bit, because I guess if you start smiling too much, maybe you kind of, they're like, she's not from here. She's not from here. She hasn't seen enough shege. And I think in the beginning, as an American, we're just so hi, hey, we're very friendly. And not to say that people here aren't friendly, but I think it's just more of a wall that people have here. And yeah, I think people like to vet people first. You're kind of guilty before you're proven innocent. Whereas in America, you're innocent before you're proven guilty, So that's how I'd kind of explain the demeanor. But outside of that, I mean, it's love. It's all love, good vibes. I haven't had any weird, things happen to me for the most part. I think it's a friendly, I think it's, welcoming to a certain extent. It's a lot of gatekeeping. But you just have to navigate. You just have to pivot and swivel and just, you gotta move. But Lagos men are very smart. They're very driven. And I think that, as an American, because, even it's that video going around now where it's don't worry about where your girl is. She with the Africans right now, and it's because in America, I think just in terms of Nigerian men, you guys just, one, y'all know how to have a good time, bring good vibes, and I think that's what's intriguing about Nigerian men, I would say. I've just been working. All I know is work. I came here for business. I think that it would just be not smart of me to mix dating and, in this space, because I've heard that there's no love in Lagos. That's what I've heard. I don't know. I definitely have things that I would love to do in Nigeria. As a single woman that is American in Nigeria, I'm not sure how far I would be able to take my dreams here. I only say that because, back to the classism thing, as a woman, the respect that you have, from my experience, and in a industry like fashion, you're only respected when you're connected to a man or when you're married. So even when I do different business meetings and stuff like that, I have to wear a wedding ring. Obviously fake, but I wear this huge wedding ring. So that way my voice is heard a little bit more. And I'm respected, I think, a little bit more. Because, coming from a place like Los Angeles, being single, doing your thing, it's so normal. I think I would even say it trumps being married in places like that, especially in entertainment cities like LA, New York, Houston, Chicago, really kind of anywhere in America. It kind of trumps that a little bit, because You're able to kind of like do your own thing. It shows a little bit of freedom. You know, you're able to connect, you're here, you're there. Whereas here it's the opposite. So what I see for Nigeria in terms of fashion, I find that all the resources are here. So there's many different things that I have an issue with that I would say, or that I feel should be fixed expeditiously. Fabric. So having a brand here, I have so much respect for Nigerian designers. The numbers that I do usually super exceed the resources that are readily available in Nigeria, in Lagos, at least I can say. Not even Nigeria, because I have to outsource to Abuja and different places now. But what's readily available here is not okay compared to what you find in other places. My issue is that cotton could be grown here, linen could be grown here, nylon could be grown here. Really, any fabric that you're needing can literally be produced here. But, and I've had conversations with some of my friends because I just did not understand why. Nigeria has the resources, they take them, they cultivate it, they, produce it, whatever. They ship it then to China, to Russia, I don't know, where all these other places, France, maybe, I don't know. They then ship it to them to then have it imported back into the country. So now you're paying extra for something that you literally could have made yourself here, but you're not because you've sent it and now it's coming back and then now you're paying all these tax, but now I think they took the taxes off, which is nice. I don't really get that. So that's something that I'm kind of passionate about. And for me, I would love to see Nigeria grow the crops. I know that I'm gonna say this name wrong, but in Kanu, they do skins, they do leathers there, they do things like that, but the resources are here. And I just, especially with these refineries that Dangote has, it's possible. I think it just takes someone and even with the oil, nylon and these sort of like stretchy fabrics, it's actually made from what oil is a part of it. It's made from crude oil. So all of these different industries that are rich here, the oil industry, the farming, agriculture industry, this is a pocket that is, I think, underdeveloped here. China makes $7 billion annually just from textiles alone. If you go to Balagoon Market or you go to Yaba, they're literally shipping fabrics in barrels daily just to spread it out to these different vendors. So one vendor might get 50 yards, another vendor gets 50 yards. And then when realistically, this could be happening here. And for whatever reason, I don't know why. I'm sure there's a reason bigger than what I can understand. It's just not here. So that's a $7 billion industry that can literally happen here, but it's not. So that's something that I'm clearly passionate about. I want to find a way to make it happen. And I'm very interested in growing crops, turning it into textile, and creating that. I'm very interested in production house. Details here are overlooked. I could literally, just for an example, if I was sitting here, this picture could be hanging off the whole wall and they could be filming me. And then you look back at the picture, you're like, wait, the picture is literally hanging off the wall. And then somebody be like, oh yeah. So it's the details sometimes get missed, especially when you're working in something like fashion or the entertainment industry, or you're providing a service that, caters to people's sensory, I don't know how to explain it. If you're providing a service that caters to people's sensory modes, I guess, that means that you want somebody to feel good, you want somebody to look good, you want somebody to smell good, you want somebody to, whatever that is, whatever you're giving them has to be done correctly, completely. And when you miss the details, then that shows a lack of love. It shows a lack of care. It just shows a lack of intention in what you're giving, which then makes whatever you brought to them feel whatever, it's nothing. So when it comes to Nigerian production for clothing, it's hard. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's hard. So that is also something else that I would love to see here. I would love to see a properly functioning fashion production house. And that offers, affordable prices, competitive prices with China, that offers competitive craftsmanship. But don't get me wrong, the craftsmanship here is A1. But in terms of bulk production, that means that now you're doing things quickly and fast, which means that then it goes down to the detail and the care and the intentionality of everything. So these are things that I would really like to see happen. My goal is to be a part of the change that I want to see. I love the food. I love my friends. I love the liveliness of the city. Even though now I'm like more inside, but like when I first came here, oh my God. Woo! Enjoyment was had. So I love that Nigeria is just a good time. Like you go outside, you're gonna have a good time. I also kind of love, sometimes it depends like on what side I'm standing. But I love that Nigeria, you stop working at a certain time, most people. And, like you can network like outside, you can, you go out, you enjoy yourself. When you're off work, you're off work. And when you're on, you're on. So I really like that. And I think that's something that America can learn from that. I also love, honorable mention, I love the regal way that women just like carry themselves and that they hold themselves and the way that they dress and just like, it's top, it's peak. So I love that. I love seeing women just being sexy and being like strong and like being all these things while, serving like conservative, modest baddie. I think it's just so great. I love seeing that. I love that everyone in Nigeria is, you're hustling. So I think that's great. I mean, you definitely have to have a dress from Select Lava, either a dress or a two-piece set, whichever way you want to go, but there are options there. So you would go there, you would find something that you like, and you would be a good person. You would be a good person because, baddies don't hate on other baddies, right? When you're happy, happy girls are not hating. So you're happy, you're feeling good. You're feeling good in your outfit. You're feeling good in the skin that you're in. You're feeling good in whatever you have at the moment, right? Like whether it's designer, whether it's something that is from the market. I mean, like I could wear anything from anywhere and I will still feel like $1 million. So that's what it takes. It takes being comfortable in your skin. It takes being happy with who you are. It just takes being a good person and giving that energy off to other people and being positive. That's what it takes to be a baddie. This is gonna sound so horrible. Because people, like sometimes a lot of people's teams are really not so fun to work with. I loved working with Mary J. Blige. I thought that was a great moment, and her team was great. I loved working with Sierra. Her team is great. I love working with, who else? I'm gonna say Sweetie. Yeah, Sweetie was fun. And Sweetie's been to Lagos even too, and I thought that was so amazing. She came, she loved it, she stayed. I loved working with Sweetie, she was great. I think it's less about the names and more about like the experience sometimes and like the team that people have around them, because sometimes you find that some people don't have like the best team around them, which makes the experience not so great. I did not come here to play around, okay? I came here to really get to really see my dreams unfold. And it's funny because when I first came here, I didn't know exactly where I was gonna take it. I didn't know exactly because I didn't know. You don't know what you don't know. I wasn't here, I didn't know what I didn't know. So when I landed into Nigeria, I was thinking, coming from LA, oh my gosh, I opened a store in a different country. Like, this is it, yes. And then, someone like me, and then I get here and God is like, oh, you thought? Okay, let me give you another idea and another dream and a bigger plan. So shortly after that, then I came here and I realized there's so much work to do. There's so much that I want to do. I'm here to create a legacy, not just for me and my family, but for people after me that might see this, that might feel inclined or have, some sort of dreams or aspire to do something on the continent. I really hope that I can, if just one person, you know, I hope that it touches somebody. But in the next 5 years, Select Lava is growing. I'm expanding, I'm franchising, I'm building. It's made in Africa. That's what it is. It's made in Africa. I am expanding to Ghana after this. And from there forward, I'm looking to expand to South Africa and then hopefully soon thereafter to East Africa and Central Africa and open up wellness centers and, you know, provide guidance, you know, when the time comes for me to offer direction and, you know, a stepping stone. Because like I said, I know that everybody it's not for everybody, right? To go through what I think I'm built to handle. So I think once you open a door, it's about making sure that the door is left open so that the next person can walk through that door and then they can open up a whole nother door that maybe I haven't thought of. So that's something that I want to do. That's something that I'm very passionate about. Ooh, the biggest challenge is the fabric. It's hard to find fabric in Nigeria. And even if you're getting fabric made, you know, it might not be the same fabric that you had last time. And so that's really difficult. Finding a manufacturing company that can produce the outfit to the quality that you like is very difficult because, again, it's about the details. And a lot of people kind of skip over the details. So that is extremely difficult. And I think just navigating as an American with an accent, clearly being American, you know, I always say I'm paying American tax. So, which means, you know, like I'm getting charged, and I know I am. I'm probably getting charged, you know, extra on top of something else because, you know, it's just what it is. If you are in the diaspora and you're coming to Nigeria, one, I would really recommend you visit first and not during December. I think you have to visit during a time when maybe it's, you know, a bit less hectic. So you can really feel the city out for yourself and see if it's something that works for you and works for your family or your dynamic or whatever that situation is. You know, if you're looking to move to Nigeria and Ghana, I think a misconception I think something that people think is that it's cheap. It's definitely not cheap, but there's so many things that are happening here. There's so many beautiful things. So if you're coming here, you know, save up, save your money, land somewhere soft as you can, because there are differences, of course, because you're coming from America or what have you to somewhere like, you know, West Africa. So there are going to be different things that might, you know, maybe you're not used to. But you get used to it after a while. And I think that, you know, understanding your capacity and what it is that you're looking for. And I think also coming here knowing what it is that you want to do. Like, what is your purpose? What is your reason? If you're coming here just to chill and lay out, okay, great. But if you are coming here to do business, I think that you need to be extremely certain about what it is that you want to do. And you just have to strive and, you know, stay the course. And it always works out. It always works out because whenever you're in motion, God will meet you to finish the rest of the way. That's what I believe. The reality show From Legos with Love started as an idea, as a new way to market the new brand, Select Lava, but it's turned into this like really beautiful depiction of reality of what's happening here in Legos, because I do find that there's just not a lot of information when it comes to what's, you know, happening for business here. So I'm really enjoying that. And, you know, this is new for me. I worked with most booked on this project. We hope to bring more episodes and more seasons and just more to come. So I hope that you guys tune in to From Legos with Love and give me your feedback. And I would love that. Okay, so now we are headed downstairs. I am gonna do a little bit of work on my laptop. The sun is out, it's a beautiful day. And so I am waiting for Danielle to come over. She's my creative director, she's amazing. So we're gonna come over, we're gonna talk. We have some plans that we're putting into place just for the brand Select Lava and for the YouTube channel as well. And right now, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's a blender noise in the back. I have a chef that's over right now, and I'm hiring her for a part of the juice bar that I'm doing. So she has an agency with different chefs. So she'll be bringing in employees for me to pick from for the juice bar. And right now we're going to do a tasting. I'm opening a juice bar within the store. I'm big into wellness. I'm big into health. As you can see, Select Lava is not just a clothing store, but I want it to be a place where you can come, you feel good on the inside and on the outside. All right, so right now we are at Admiralty Mall. This is where Lava is. My first store ever. This is where it all started. My store is actually on the second floor. So there's so many cool stores here. Honestly, I'm gonna be very sad to leave, but it's okay, it's time to grow. So I'm moving mainly because, so I've rented this space. So I didn't buy this space. So one of my landlords wants to use this space, basically, but luckily before that I was looking for a new space before. So this is Lava. We're expanding, of course, rebranding, but I could have honestly rebranded here. As you see now, we have like different brands that are from just like different parts of the continent, to be honest. So we have some Ghanaian brands, obviously some brands that are from here, you know, men's, women's, and it's been cool. But now I'm ready to just kind of turn it into, you know, Select Lava. Okay, so we do sell other brands in the store, and that's what makes, I think, Lava special. We sell brands that are either Nigerian owned or, you know, local or on the continent. So we have some brands from Ghana. We have some brands from, I think, Benin as well. Of course, Nigeria. And I think just giving these brands a platform is what I love. And it's just really nice seeing, you know, like other people have that opportunity to sell and to be in a store. I know that it's not easy. So, you know, giving people that chance is to me something special and what I like to do. So in the new space, you know, we've been going back and forth about what to do. And I've spoken to a lot of different people and clients and friends that shop, and everyone says to, you know, make sure that I keep that part of it, which I do think is definitely something necessary to do, because other brands are the ethos of how this brand started. It started with welcoming other brands, and it started with this sense of community and, you know, having all of these amazing things, whether it's the Pilates session or whether it's a panel or whether it's a mental health, you know, activity or a concert or an album listening party or whatever it is. And I think that it is only right that as we grow, that we sort of carry, you know, how we started with this. You know, I think it's always necessary to make sure that you remember, I guess, for lack of better words, remember where you came from. And so, yes, I do plan on bringing it, the same concept here. It won't look like this, but it'll be something similar. And I'm going to make sure that I do something that, you know, offers leverage to brands that I love, because all the brands that are here are brands that I really do love. So thank you guys so much for spending this day with me. Please follow me on Instagram at Kayla Whitney. Follow the brand at select.lava on Instagram, and follow me on TikTok, on Twitter. I love Twitter as well. So I hope to connect with people. Let's connect. But yes, follow me, and please, and watch the YouTube. I hope that you love the reality show. I've gotten really good feedback. So from Legos with Love on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff.